Exclusive.
Hey, I'm Tyson Beckford.
And I'm Boris Kodjoe.
And go see our new movie, Addicted, Friday, October
10th, 2014.
Yeah.
So if you guys had more time to hang out in Chicago, what would be some of the stuff that you wish you could do while you're here?
I definitely want to go to the Nike Town here.
Yeah.
And just check it out. Because every time I come, I like to go there. It's a really nice store.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I mean, pretty much I've seen pretty much everything of Chicago.
Yeah.
South Side, all sides. Yeah. So it's cool. It's a nice town. Really nice town.
Yeah. What about you, Boris?
Well, city, I should say.
I love Chicago. I love the different restaurants.
A lot of that.
What
Yeah.
I usually do is go to the concierge and say, okay, what's new?
Yeah.
So I'm going to check out table 52.
Yeah.
The
I've heard good
food.
things. Yeah. Well, you guys are both in Addicted, and like you said, you're kind of starting the press tour to kind of tell people all about this movie.
Oh no, we've already started, brother. We started with Urban World last Friday, so
Yeah.
we're in the swing of it.
In the swing of it now.
Yeah,
Okay.
we did like 2 TV shows this morning, 2 radio shows already, so
Yeah.
we're moving right along.
Awesome.
And then after we leave you, we're going to Steve Harvey.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you guys, obviously, when you first kind of started filming this movie a couple years ago, kind of reading the script and kind of knowing that it had such a best-selling novel background. It comes from such a kind of this erotic feel and everything. Was that intimidating going into that at all, as far as starting to shoot something like that? Talk a little bit about that process of really starting a movie like this.
Well, I make decisions based on the script, and then I meet the director and I figure out what the vision is. This was special because it touches on a very sort of mysterious subject that has been sort of ignored.
Right.
So anytime you can encourage communication and a conversation about a topic, I think it's a good thing. And I just wanted to meet Bille because I wanted to know how he envisioned these characters come to life, because there's a lot of sensuality in this movie, and it's a thin line between making it really creative and tasteful and making it really cheesy.
Right.
So you wanted to make sure that you're in good hands, and I knew, we've known Bille for 20 years, so we trusted him, and which is hugely important when you do a movie like this.
Yeah, definitely. You have to have that trust.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to me, I love the script as well, and I just was like, you know what, the characters were really, they're really deep, and I felt like it was stuff that people are dealing with, and I kind of like to do films that are real to life, and get down to what people are going through on a daily, and I felt that from this script, and having Bille as the director, like Boris said, it was easy because he was, we've known him for so many years,
Yeah.
and we have that trust with him,
Right.
so you definitely have to have that trust, with a film like this, and then if Zane could trust him, then I guess we can trust him too.
For sure. Yeah.
So.
And you guys filmed this movie in and around Atlanta, right?
Yes, yes.
And I'm sure you guys have probably done a lot of work in and around Atlanta just because so many movies are getting shot there and stuff. What was that process like shooting there? Do you like doing stuff in Atlanta? Do you like that area?
I like Atlanta. I thought it was cool. I mean, everyone, it was a different type of Hollywood for me, because we're so used to when you go shoot a movie, you're going to L.A., When I told all my friends, no, we're shooting this in Atlanta, they were like, wow, that's different.
Yeah.
So now Atlanta is becoming the new film. Yeah, it's the new Hollywood, away from Hollywood, I guess. Yeah. So it's different.
I used to own a house in Atlanta for 5 years, and Atlanta is real close to me. There's also great restaurants.
Yeah.
And we get a lot of love. You gotta love to eat. And we get a lot of love in Atlanta. Atlanta people are great. They're very supportive. It's a very tight-knit community of entertainers that support each other.
That's true.
So it's a great vibe there, great energy to shoot, and it also lends itself to many different types of genres. You can shoot in the city, you can be outside. There's a lot of countryside. There's woods. There's suburbia. You can cover it all in Atlanta.
Yeah, short drive too, away from everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. And you guys mentioned, Zane, kind of writing this book and then it now becoming a movie that you guys are both in. is this she's had a lot of followers and a lot of people that just love her work, and she's written so many things. Have you guys had an opportunity to chat, or have you gotten any feedback from any of them that you guys are in this movie? I know not sure if you've seen it yet, obviously.
We did a Q&A Friday in New York for Urban World, and we got a chance to speak to a lot of the fans and a lot of different reporters. So I think and then running into people on the street who've seen the trailer for me. They've already come up to me and like, "Oh my God, I read this book in college," and I'm like, "Oh yeah." They're like, "What character do you play?" And then I tell them, and then they're like, "Okay, yeah." So I think people are excited. Women are excited.
She's got a huge fan base. I mean, she's got a really, really loyal fan base.
Yeah, it really is.
And it's a pleasure to do some work where you know that it's going to get the support it deserves. Yeah. At the same time, it's a little bit of pressure because when you read a book, these characters come alive in your head. And it's a very subjective and very personal experience when you read a book.
Right.
And so for a filmmaker to take all these collective ideas of what the book should be like, the film should be like, and then make it into this one feature, it can be daunting. And I know Billy speaks to that a lot, but I think the proof is in the pudding, and Zane saw it, and when she gave it the thumbs up, we knew that we had done something right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think one thing you guys kind of touched on a little bit too is, with Sharon Leal's character being kind of having this perfect life, and we see a lot of this now in TV shows and stuff and movies all over the place, is that, you have this perfect life of that thing that you always dream of, and then you have it, and for some reason that grass is always greener feeling, or those temptations.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about why it's nice to address those things in movies like this, because it is, it's kind of a negative thing where it's like, but it's happening and that kind of thing. So
anytime you speak on a subject that's been sort of a taboo, I think it's a great thing. When people come away with the movie and talking about it and addressing it and sharing their own experiences with it, I think it's a great thing. And in terms of Sharon's character, I doubt it was a case of grass is always greener on the other side. I think when it comes to addiction, the grass is always greener everywhere.
And at least you think that.
Yeah, and that's part of the addiction. You keep running and you keep striving to get this feeling of this elusive sort of nirvana that has been sort of eluding you, and you never get there. And that's part of the film that is, I think, addressed nicely, but at the same time we're also not beating a dead horse,
right?
Because it is a very personal experience for every audience member, and everybody can relate to it in a different way. The spectrum is wide, and it's about sensuality. It's about a female exploring herself, her own sexuality. Being subjected
and I
to
think
temptation.
Zane was saying that a lot of females are kind of scared to show their partner, that side, in fear of them not liking it or them not, accepting
that's not
it.
really married.
Judging them.
Exactly, judging them.
Yeah.
Exactly her words.
It's very powerful.
Yeah.
And even on the movie poster, you see like the every woman needs an escape thing. What do you think your guys' escape is from? And this can be aside from like in a relationship or whatever. Do you guys have like personal escapes or just things like outside of your career, outside of relationships that you really like love or cling to? Probably not as crazy and
well, as a matter of fact, I'm really into this.
But, I like racing motorcycles and getting on the track, and that's kind of my escape because. In your head, you're thinking about every turn, every do I brake, do I throttle, how fast can I go through this, so you go through that, and I kind of like the adrenaline rush of that.
Oh yeah.
So
I love traveling. That's my thing. Get away. It's my biggest luxury. To just pick up the family and go and see different countries,
like all new places.
Oh yeah, different cultures, and that's really enticing to me.
Yeah, that's kind of cool too.
Awesome. And Tyson, I wanted to ask you, you've been obviously in a lot of music videos with Billy and done a lot of that stuff. Was there a music video that was what's the closest one you did that was similar to Addicted? Would you say?
I have to be Tony
like,
Braxton. Yeah, there's a lot of love and affection going on in that video, and then
a lot of nakedness.
A lot
and
of that.
Nakedness, and then she loses him in the end.
Yeah.
Where is it? This one, I won't say anything, but you know. We're threatened to lose something in it. Everyone,
Oh yeah, everybody.
Yeah,
that's true.
Cool. And I have time for one last question. So, kind of my last fun question would be, so do you guys remember kind of in your lives that defining moment, whether it was a movie or a book or a TV show, when you were younger, where you kind of saw, somebody of the opposite sex and you were like, oh yeah, like you saw a movie and you were like, that was the defining moment of your kind of like sexual prowess kind of taken off of like...
that's a good
Based on a movie or something you saw?
Yeah, probably more of like a movie, or it could be a book.
I remember when I saw Shari Headley in Coming to America.
Oh, right, yeah. I think everyone was like...
First of all, I said, I have to go to America. Because that was back in Germany.
Yeah.
And actually it was dubbed in German, so I didn't even hear her voice until I met her.
And then it got even worse after that.
Huh?
Yeah, probably got even worse,
Yeah, that was amazing.
That was it. Yeah, that was a good movie.
I think everybody fell in love with her.
Yeah.
Do you remember yours?
I think somewhere like Blue Lagoon, Brooke Shields.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, wow. People really do this? You can get stranded on the island with somebody hot like that?
52.
Yeah.
I've
heard good things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, you guys are both in Addicted, and like you said, you're kind of starting the press tour to kind of tell people all about this movie.
Oh, no, we've already started, brother. We started with Urban World last Friday.
Stuff that you wish you could do while you're here.
I definitely want to go to the Nike Town here.
Yeah.
And just check it out. Because every time I come, I like to go there. It's a really nice store.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I mean, pretty much I've seen pretty much everything of Chicago.
Yeah.
South Side.
Exclusive.
Hey, I'm Tyson Beckford.
And I'm Boris Kodjoe.
And go see our new movie, Addicted, Friday, October
10th, 2014.
Yeah.
So if you guys had more time to hang out in Chicago, what would be some of the stuff?
So
yeah,
we're in the swing of it.
In the swing of it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did like 2 TV shows this morning, 2 radio shows already. So
yeah,
we're moving right along.
Awesome.
And then after we leave you, we're going to Steve Harvey.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All sides. Yeah. So it's cool. It's a nice town. Really nice town.
Yeah. What about you, Boris?
Well, city, I should say.
I love Chicago. I love the different restaurants.
A lot of that.
What I usually do is go to the concierge and say, okay, what's new?
Yeah.
So I'm going to check out table